Hey Dinos, Synops, Ribbon, Burn, Mr. Flipster, Duck, hey everyone. How are you all? Happy New Year, by the way. Rob, hello, how are you? It's been a while, hey. I haven't done a stream for a while. I was thinking should I do it later, but I'm feeling a bit tired, so I think I'll do the stream and then go to bed after. Doug, at what level of energy net plus can I unban the boss trade-off perk? So Doug, I don't use energy net plus, but I also didn't ban the boss trade-off perk, and it works out fine for me. I think when your ELS is high enough, you are just naturally not your ELS. When your orb Chronofuel Plus is good enough, you're naturally just going to kill the bosses with your orbs anyway. Should I max out my knockback force? Yeah, might as well. It's like tier 17 plus. We just need all the controls we can get. I want big shock waves as well. Yeah, let's just max out everything. Yeah, I haven't done a respec in so long. Forgotten how to do a respec. Rob says got fed up with dying to overcharge in tournaments, so got health mastery. Yeah, that's pretty good, isn't it? But I changed the title already. Is it not reflected yet? So I realized I clicked start the stream without changing the title, but then I was editing it earlier. Could you just check if like you refresh the stream or something it's changing? Or it's changed? This tournament has fast. Oh yeah, we should check what the battle conditions are. Let's see. Defy resistance, knockback resistance. Oh, there's knockback resistance anyway. Armored enemies, boss ultimate, fast ultimate. Ugh. Yeah, so we just max shit out just today, right? I think that's the way to go. Okay. Man, I can actually max out one of these things now. Oops. I can max this out. Or I can get it to 4.0. I'm not going to do that, but well. We would probably need 1.6 attack speed. Yeah, that's good. Cash. Might as well 3.0 it. Recovery package 3.0. Yeah, let's go 50. Oh, I can go to 1.59 on level skips. Alright, let's do 1.59 on the level skips. And we get 3.0 here. 3.0. Is there orb resist? Oh, there's fast ultimate, so orbs are not as useful. But whatever. Let's just do this. And then okay. So I think this would be the setup for today. Doug, you can ask Hex about energy net. He just maxed his and unbanned boss trade-offs. So yeah, I think Doug, if you just have CF plus at level 10, bosses are no longer an issue. Granted, it does take a bit more stones that way, but Yeah, I don't bother about energy net. And also, like, I just released a video on this, where I was doing my upgrades for the month, and if you have a look at that video, I was saying that I think energy net. Oh, hang on, it's energy net plus. Okay. Energy net plus is good because it gives damage. Sorry, I was confusing it with energy shield plus. Again, I don't have energy net plus. But I don't understand why the boss trade-off perk would be dangerous if you've got CF9. You get more damage, the boss gets more health, but your orbs are just going to deal percentage damage to it. So late on in the run, your bullet damage is not really going to matter, given the boss's amount of health. All your ultimate weapons, unless they crit, is also not going to do very much. But you would get a lot of damage from, like, plasma cannon is a good one. Just orb damage, and also electron damage. Okay, we go for tournament setup. We don't want enemy balance today, do we? Because there is armored and knockback resistance. Okay. Right, let me just equip my tournament setup, and then we will have a chat about the agenda for today's playtesting, and we start the tournaments. Assist. Yeah, I can keep it like this. I need this and harmony conductor. Yep. Let's see if I can get max defense percent. No, let's go for more damage. So let's see if I can roll crit factor into this. Okay, so while I'm trying to get the substat that I want, I'll just talk a little bit about the agenda for today's playtesting. So on New Year's Eve, I made a video where I took out all the coins that I had in level skips, and I put them, and I just didn't run with them. And under that set of playtesting, I think the effect was relatively linear, in the sense that I lost about 300-ish level skips from having the ELS that I had, and that resulted in me getting just slightly more than 300-ish waves less in the second run. So what I'm going to do today is, in this first run of the tournament, I'm going to do a standard run where I'm using ELS, and today's ELS is at 1.59. And in the second run, instead of just taking all of the coin in ELS out, I'm going to take it out and put it all into damage. And that way I can see, or it's going to give us a better idea of how much waves we can increase our overall tournament performance by when we funnel all of that coin, which is, to me, it's like few hundred Q of coin, into damage. How much that extra coin is going to give us, and then we can probably tailor our future runs slightly better based on the knowledge that we have on these two items. So yeah, that's the goal for today. It does seem like I'm not getting the substat. Oh, that's terrible. but whatever. Rob says you will try and banning that perk today. Do I ban the boss speed perk? Tanks can mess up the position of boss end of run. I'll show you guys my bans once I feel sad about this not getting the right perk or the right substat. Which we got it. We got it. Right at the end. Okay. This is like my perfect amplifying strikes. Now it's taken 8 million reroll dice or so just to get this last crit factor here. Very nice. Very happy with it. Let's see if we can push this and get... No. Let's ignore this. Let's see if we can get the defense percent at Ancestral. Oh, that was very lucky, eh? 2 million for that. Very easy. Okay, we didn't get anything here. Alright, so my perks. For ban perks, these are my bans. So I just ban out all the common stuff so that I can get the... You know, the coin perks as quickly as possible. And then damage and lifesteal. For my auto pick ranking, this is how it looks like. I've put some of the trade-off perks up in front for damage. Not because I need the damage, but the alternative would be to get some of the common perks like damage and stuff. And I don't think... I mean, these perks take a while to get sometimes. So if they come up early, I might as well just grab them early. But yeah, this is my auto pick ranking. Okay, so I think we... Oh, right, I need to change my chips. Attack an ally, and I need to go for tournament setup. Oh, I can buy stuff here. Okay. Ah, shit. No! Oh no. Oh no. Oh, damn it. Do I have to redo everything? Oh, this is annoying. Okay, let's do that. Hang on. Oh, right. I need to respec this. Oh, this is annoying. Okay, flame bot, thunder bot, amplify bot. What a noob. Oh man. Well, that was embarrassing. Oh, whatever. Okay, so the tournament setup, we go for maxed out amplify bot. I need the maxed out damage reduction. Maxed out cooldown. Maxed out range. My fingers are tired. Alright, let's max out the cooldown here. I think I can max it out. Yeah, okay. Let's get a bit of range. Maybe let's bring it to 60. $69 meters. Or 72, alright. Same as Ampot. And then we go for max on the duration. Yeah, alright. So in the first run, this is my bot setup. These are my chip setup. What is this? Oh, I've got a present. Okay. And then this is my tournament setup for cards. These are my modules that I'll be using. So I have the mythic effect on my armor, so that gives me 20x damage multiplier instead of 25x, but I think that's fine. And my damage setup is as follows. ELS is on level 600 for both. And I'm at 1.59 on the level skips. So overall, this puts me at, pretty high on the ELS. I have to max out my range. No, do I want to max out my range? No, I want 0 range and max shockwave size. So the idea is that we go for a 98 meter range. And because there is fast ultimate, I'm going to try to pull my ops further in. Wait, there's armor today as well. You know what? Let's just enter the tournament. We're thinking too much again. Okay, let's go in. We need to turn on the poison swarm stun. Okay, we need to max out our damage. How long does it take to max this out? Wait, why am I only at 622? Hang on. Did I mess it up? Oh guys, I messed up. Surrender. Home. Okay. We see the thing later on. My level skips are at 500. Ah, fuck it. Alright. I have to redo this. This is annoying. Okay. That explains why it was taking so long to max out my level skips. Yeah, sorry about that. It's the I blame it on the jet lag. What a noob, man. Alright, we max out everything here. Yeah, we go for max out everything here as well. And then for the level skips, I need to go to 600 on each. Okay. Now that seems a bit more appropriate now. Ah, shit. I mean, it's 32. Ugh. Guys, I hate this. Oh my god. Okay, please bear with me. This is what happens when I didn't stream for like 2 weeks, forgotten how to do all of these things. Okay. Cash bonus, recovery package. We go 1.59 here. We go 1.6 here. Okay, yep, okay, we can do that. And then I need to upgrade all my damage once again. I hate to think about how the second respec is going to be at this stage. Let me finish all of this and then I get back to the chat once we have sorted all of this stuff out properly. Okay, this is done. Everything done. I think we have a bit more coin to spare. So let's go this way. So the only thing that is different now is that previously I was using 3.1 on damage per meter. Now it's 3.0. Okay. Let's do the tournament now. Okay, so we start the battle. Max out level skips. This should be done by wave 60, hopefully. And then it's we just sail from there, right? This is tough. Life is hard, guys. Okay, we are done. Let me finally get caught up with the chat. Okay, so Doug says damage or crit factor. What do you mean damage or crit factor? Is the lifesteal knockback trade-off perk important to ban? Burn, I think it's good to ban it because elites take a while to die towards the end of the run, for me at least. Graham, hello, how are you? Doug says this is like watching cavalry spec. Oh, JP, hello, how are you? Lucky, yes, lucky they are free. And Doug, I'm done with the respecs. Okay, so in this first run, we are going to be just relying on our level skips mainly. This is going to net us off certain number of waves. I think it will be 300-ish level skips in total. And then thereafter, we do a second run where I take out all the coins into my level skips and put them into damage. Now, in today's tournament, we have Defy Resistance, so orbs are useful. We have fast ultimate, so what I'm going to do is to max out my range. Okay. We have knockback resistance and armored enemies. So I think for my orb positions, because there is no orb resistance, I'm going to put my extra orbs just on the inside of my range line. So hopefully it takes out some of the stuff in Black Hole. We also have fast ultimate, which means that fast enemies should be my top priority, followed by range, followed by elites and bosses. And I think this would be a good setup. So I'm using the orbital augment under this setup. It should help with the percentage damage should help with taking out enemies later on in the run, especially the fast enemies. They probably wouldn't die once we get to like wave 2000-ish, and then everything would be moving really fast. I need to turn on my Poison Swarm stuns. Okay, Poison Swarm stun is on. And I got something. Oh, I got this. Nice. I still have to buy this. Okay. Alright. So I think for this run, based on this battle conditions, I should go to something like 2.1k waves. That's where I'm predicting. Now in the last video, if I didn't put the level skips in, I would be dropping to something like 1.8k waves, 1.7, 1.8k waves. So I think under this setup, if I were to funnel all the coins into damage, because of how exponential the costs are, we are still going to benefit from having ELS, I'm sure. But I think the extra points into damage would get me perhaps an extra 100 waves. So instead of losing like 300-ish waves, we lose 200-ish waves. I think that is how it's going to play out, but it would be nice to see. And in terms of all the extra coins that I'll be getting from ELS, we'll see the exact amount later on. I think we would be getting about like, I don't know, 500-600 Qs worth of coins. Funneled into damage, that probably brings my damage stats to 3.4. So 30 point increase or 0.3x increase in my damage. I think it would be useful. AKZ, yes, I do have AoE mastery. And hello, how are you? Shep Naughty, hello, how are you? Oh, you're very much welcome for that, and good luck with your tournament as well. So I really want to see the bracket, but I don't want to feel too sad just yet. I've been having very good tournament luck so far. So let's check the bracket after this first run. Anyway, it's going to be a short run. So in terms of how I would be using my nuke and demon mode, I think the plan would be to use it only when I see commanders on screen. So around wave 1900 or so, I might not be able to kill the commanders anymore, and when that happens, I would then use the demon mode and nuke then. Yep. Dinos 1231 waves in platinum, sitting in 7th place. Such a grind to get to champions. Yeah, the game's a grind from start to end. Horrible. And honestly, lately, like, because I was in Singapore, life was so fun there. You know, hang out with friends, hang out with family. I haven't really been looking at the game. So, in a way, the stone pack addiction and stuff, it's very, very manageable back home. But there's so many other avenues to spend money there. So I noticed in the chat there's this guy Hong, right? I bet you that's one of my buddies. He probably came in to try and throw something. Not sure if he's still here. What should my range be without area of effect mastery? Because my poison swamp is small. If your poison swamp is permanent and you rely on it for the stuns, then you probably want to go for a smaller range. But if it's inconsistently active, then probably not very useful. So in that case, I'll probably just go for like larger range and yeah, just use the larger range. Graham says, come for the grind, stay for the grind. Yeah. As if life is not hard enough, isn't it? It's such a grind outside in the world. And here we are, grinding in this virtual game. AKZ says, I have 2 poison swamps. Well, AKZ, if you have 2 poison swamps, why don't you do the poison swamp radius lab? And then just max out that lab, you would get a pretty decent poison swamp. And I think the first 20 levels of the radius lab don't take very long at all. So if you went down that path, it would be, you don't have to worry too much about what kind of range is optimal. The rule of thumb that I keep by is that if my swamp is larger, or if I have a bigger amount of my swamp outside of my range line, then I've got more control over the enemies. But if I go with a larger range, then it allows me more time to damage the enemy. And so if you are running like a high spotlight plus kind of build, then having a large range is pretty good. If you are like me and your damage is pretty trash and you need the extra crowd control, then going with a slightly smaller range, like in my case 98 meters, is much better. Oh, you're working on it at level 20. Yeah, if it's at level 20, then it's going to serve its purpose. I presume you can run this range and it should still be fine. Birth, school, work, death, the Godfathers. Yeah, I mean, in a way, Graham, there's got to be more to life than this, isn't it? Rob says, I put Poison Swamp Labs back on as soon as I read the 27.3 patch notes. And put my first 150 stones into Poison Swamp last night in desperation. Hope of boss respite. So what happened in the 27.3 patch notes? Rob, why is Poison Swamp good? So I didn't read any of the patch notes. I mean, I might have browsed through it, but aside from ELS changing, I wasn't sure what's the major change. ELS nerf in tournaments, so I figured I need something other than econ to progress or keep my position. Oh yeah, okay, that makes sense, Rob. Yeah, controls, damage is really important. I think Poison Swamp Plus is really good source of damage. So in earlier today I released another video. In that video I showed that I got one more level of Spotlight Plus, so it's now at level 3. I got one level there. I got one click into Poison Swamp duration, and I think Poison Swamp damage, I got one more click as well, so it's at 597 now. So hopefully those extra damage, that extra damage is going to help. The remainder of the stones went into the orbital augment. Oh guys, and earlier today in Melbourne it was so warm. So the temperature hit 42 degrees Celsius, which is about 108 degrees Fahrenheit. My goodness. I stepped out on my balcony for like 1 minute and it felt like I was in a sauna. It's terrible. Crazy. I was expecting that the weather would be cooler than in Singapore. AKZ, Poison Swamp Plus or Spotlight Plus, which do I think is better? I think they do very different things. Poison Swamp Plus, the longer enemies stay alive, the better it is. So with battle conditions like Tank Ultimate, where the enemies don't get to your tower, Poison Swamp Plus is going to do a lot of damage. If we are looking at Spotlight Plus, on battle conditions where we need to kill the enemies very quickly, such as like enemy speed battle or increase enemy attack speed battle condition, Spotlight Plus is good because it offers the more bursty damage, right? We get some extra loading on our damage, especially for Chain Lightning. Okay, so we are at 1400, I believe. Yeah, ELS would be at 0 now. We have gotten 340 health level skips, 338 attack level skips. So let's just say that the ELS was 340. Okay. 340 level skips. Based on the last tournament playtest where I took out everything and didn't reinvest it, that would probably drop my wave count by about 350 waves. So with the extra damage that I'm going to be getting today, my guess is that I would be at a net loss of about 250 waves by not investing anything into ELS. Just because of how exponential the enemy health is ramping up. As we'll see later on, it's just going to scale out of control very, very quickly. Okay, we just lost our wall, wave 1510. At 1.4 ELS, you had 195 skips. Oh wow, okay. Yeah, so I have level 7. Oh, we lost all our energy shields as well. That's fine, that's fine. If we pop second win, we pop second win. Now I think the ELS or the electrons damage, it's really good because it's percentage enemy damage. However, it does feel a bit more unsafe than using Space Displacer, because Space Displacer we have that added source of control on the enemies. I'm thinking perhaps in certain weeks where like the battle conditions are such that we can kill a lot of like the common enemies, it might be better to just use Space Displacer and control the enemies with a lot of stuns. But that being said, electron damage is very strong. So under the Space Displacer build, I typically would still be not at risk at this stage. However, as you can see, I guess coupled with fast ultimate, we just lost our second win now. Hopefully we can make it past 1800 without the use of our demon mode. So the run is a lot shorter that way. But we shall see. Alright, there goes demon mode. Oh, 1750. Alright. Not very good, eh? Now we can't save our demon mode for the commanders. That's a problem. My Space Displays are marginally better than OA this tournament. For me, yeah, so I guess with fast ultimate, because with Space Displacer we get to stun the boss a lot more consistently. That's going to allow our ops to potentially get more hits on the bosses. Especially with fast ultimate, it's very difficult to figure out where the boss is going to land relative to our ops. I'm really glad that I have the attack speed mastery for this version. Just because enemies take so long to die now in tier 17 plus. Just having more bullets allows me to sort of control the enemies a bit better. I think it's helping a lot. What's my attack speed? It's 93. Not the best. I think we can probably try to pump this up to like 100-ish at some point. That would require me to invest into the substat efficiency for cannon. Now, if under this build, instead of using OA, if I use Space Displacer, the nice thing about that would be that my inner landmines, I can place them where my orbs are. So that way, I would have a lot more orb damage on the bosses. Potentially, that might make things a bit safer, because it does seem like bosses are a bit of a problem today with the fast ultimate. Would you mind showing your boss kill stats at some point? Interesting in seeing how much work Pulsar Harvester is doing for. Yeah, sure. Let's do it after this boss. Oh, there goes Nuke. Alright. So we had 65 levels of reduction. Electron damage is good on the boss. Orb damage is... I mean, electron damage is more than orb damage. What the hell? Interesting. Electron damage is now boosted by Pulsar Harvester. How does that work? Based on original health. Oh, I see. I see. So electron damage deals a percentage of the original health. Well, then electron damage is very strong. I guess this is where we die? No, oh no, I didn't die. That was Harmony Conductor coming in very clutch. Oh, this is very depressing. I can't even get to 1900 waves. Okay, let's check out this boss. Oh, I died. Yeah, so I'm getting about like 60 levels of reduction. Electrons are obviously doing more damage than the orbs. As you can see, like all the other damage that I have, it doesn't really do anything to the boss. Currently, we are at rank 3. We got killed by a basic enemy, however that happened. Let's look at the damage done. Orb damage is still the highest. We didn't hit very many enemies with our orbs, surprisingly. Smart missile damage, very low. Yeah, so chain lightning and electron damage was decent. Now what's my inner landmine? Inner landmine damage is still AA. It's catching up with... Oh no, it's still very far away from smart missile damage. So okay, that's nice to know. Let's see, Zedfrin. Bruh, we're not beating him. Grey Wolf, we're also not beating him. Okay, I guess the bracket is just... I mean, this two guys very strong. The tournament is just hard, so I don't feel too bad now. Okay, so now for the second run, so let me just note that down. So for the first run, we got to 1829 waves. Now in this second run, I'm going to keep all the stats the same. So this is all 3.1. And then I'm going to pull out all of the coins from enemy level skips and funnel them into damage. Alright. This is the hard part, doing the respecs. So we max everything here. Max this, max this, max this. Yep. Okay, but now we don't unlock the level skips. Okay, these were all at 3.1. This was at 2.0. Alright, so these were my stats earlier. So basically I invested 806 quintillion coins into level skipped enhancements, and that gave me 340 level skips, right? So 806 big queues of coin for 1.59 on the level skips. The other 2Q goes into this level skips over here to bring them up to level 600 each. Now, with this 800Q of coin, we are going to go into damage. So let's bring this up to 3.1. I mean, should we go into 1.7 on attack speed? Now let's bring it into damage. We keep attack speed the same, so that the level skips are going to be about, or the level reduction from Pulsar Harvester is going to be about the same. I think that will be more consistent. And we pump it into damage. $3.4. What do you guys think? Should I just go 1.7 on attack speed? Probably not, right? Now let's go 3.5. Alright, 3.6 on everything. So we got 60 levels into this 2 over here. We got 50 levels into this 3 over here. That came from the ELS coin. So I've still got like 40Q of coin. Let's just, I don't know, let's make something. Let's go 3.65 here. 3.66 here. Okay, so about the same amount of coin. Now let's do a second run. Okay, so we don't need to level up anything except our range. Okay, so we max out our range. We adjust our extra orbs to be just on the inside of our range line, like before. Okay, and if my prediction is right, we would lose about, let me pull up my calculator for this. Calculator. 1829. I'm thinking we are going to lose about 250 waves. So I'm thinking with this setup we get to 1579. But we shall see. Maybe it turns out that having 0 ELS is the way to go. Who knows? Maybe ELS is just trash after the rework. So no, hello. I can't remember if I said hi earlier. Yeah, I just uploaded the Boom Boom episode earlier today. Shabnaughty, wish there were respec templates like state. You can always reset up to a certain point, then allocate rest manually. Yeah, that would be very helpful for me. Shockwave frequency seems high. Do I not have the substat on OA? Let me check. I honestly do not know. Yeah, I don't have the shockwave frequency. It's on my anti-cube portal. So I've got half a second reduction here. And yes, the coin doesn't go a long way at all, isn't it? Tags, hello, how are you? Yes, this is the 0 ELS. So I think this is actually a great tournament to do this playtesting. Simply because, I couldn't even make it out of intro sprint. So there's no need for any strategy, right? I didn't have to worry about potentially the bosses or the commanders are going to buff the fleets and stuff. All of that kind of thing, we don't have to think about it at all. Mixwell, hello, how are you? Happy New Year to you. Oh, and by the way, Happy New Year to everybody. No, okay, I forgot to say hello. So, hello. How have you been? Hopefully everything's been going well. Yeah, everything's great. I just got back to Melbourne like about 24 hours ago. The flight was alright. I just couldn't really sleep on the plane. So last night after dinner I fell asleep, and then I woke up, and then I couldn't fall asleep at night until this morning because of like the time zone difference. Singapore's like 3 hours ahead of Melbourne. No, 3 hours behind Melbourne, sorry. And back home I'm sleeping at like 3-4 a.m. every day. So I saw the sunrise today. So it's actually nice to do the tournament playtesting on stream, because now I don't need to edit the video. I mean, it's not like I'm great at editing videos, but there's a lot of like snipping the clip and fast forwarding it so that I don't upload like a very, very long video. But if I'm doing it on stream, then yeah, well, too bad. We can't edit the video. So it's nice, and plus I get to chat with all of you. The time taken is It turns out it's going to be shorter if I were to do it on stream. Snipping out the hours of respecking. So surprisingly, Graham, the respecking is not an issue when I'm playing by myself, you know. It's only an issue if I do it on stream. Then I get a bit of like a, you know, performance anxiety. I'm going to watch the Boom Boom episode later today. Yeah, I hope you like it, Nu. Tex, what do you mean we haven't chatted in over a year? It's been about a month-ish, I guess. How have you been? So, you know, one of the things that I noticed when I got back to Singapore, it happens to me every year. I just forget about it after like a month or so. But I think naturally I'm very averse to change. So when I was going back to Singapore last year, there was a bit of like a, I'm not sure apprehension is the right word, but I think it is, where I was thinking like, well, you know, I'm so comfortable living in Australia by myself. Now that I'm going back, I'm going to be in constant company of like family, friends, and so on. I wouldn't have time for myself, right? And there was that little bit of dread. Then I went back home, and then, you know, you realize that, oh shit, I love these people here. And you have a lot of fun back home. And then now that I'm back here, right? So the last 2 days in Singapore, as I was preparing to come back here, I have to you know, reframe my mind mentally again, that, oh, I'm going back to Australia, and I'll be alone by myself for the most part in Australia. Things are going to get lonely again, and you know, I have to prepare myself mentally for that. It's such a strange feeling. Dino says, oh, Tex is going to stream later. Nice. One key from bot presets. Nice. Very nice. It's a very good one. And 100 keys in the making. Congrats in advance. Graham says, the paradox of life, which is opportunity cost. You can only do one thing at a time. I try to make sure that thing isn't regretting other things though. Yeah, that's really good advice, Graham. Thanks for that. I think like So growing up as a kid, I was, naturally very introverted, and I think there were a lot of things that I wish I did as a kid, which I didn't do, that I kind of regret now. Who knows, right? Like, I mean, this is like the effect on the non-treated, right? If I didn't give myself that opportunity, I would never have been able to experience that whole other life. And who knows, maybe taking one left turn instead of a right turn might end me up in a very different position from where I am today. You can only do one thing at a time, so always do GT Plus first. Right, Ryan? Tex, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? We are not econ people anymore. We go into damage. I think if in this game there's only one thing that you can do, it has got to be leveling up starter cash. Go for starter cash. Max that out. Imagine if we never came across the tower, we'll all be rich. Yeah, I think so. Well, I mean, I probably would be richer than I am now. I'm not sure I would be rich. Or maybe I would have found other avenues to spend money on. And regret about it, Get a few clicks elsewhere in life. Now, check it out. Okay, so with that extra crit factor that I have gotten, I am now at like 625x on crit factor and 7.27 on damage per meter. Wow. Big numbers. 97.6x on super crit multiply. So nice. So nice. If only we had level skips. I guess one day we will get there. I watched that Talking Heads music video the other day for the first time in about 10 years. Resonated in a different way now. Rob, what Talking Heads music video? Yeah, I mean, a lot of things, like we see that as kids, right? And then you rewatch it a long time later when you're an adult and you realize that it has such a different meaning. Sometimes innocence prevents us from understanding things. For tournament, would I use Flame or Thunderbolt with M-Bot? So I go... I'll show you my bots tags. How do I find my bots? Oh, they are here. So these are my bots. I've maxed out on M-Bot. Then I go for this Inflame bot for the overcharge damage reduction. And then just a bit of range. Keep it the same size as M-Bot. And then I went for the Thunderbolt cooldown, Thunderbolt duration. But the Flamebot damage reduction of 95% is really, really strong, especially when it comes to overcharge. They don't do anything anymore. Like, look at this overcharge. It's hitting me, but my wall health is like, it's still very stable. Okay, we can see the bosses. Oh, there goes my wall. We are at wave 1330 at the moment. I believe it was wave 1400 thereabouts where I found out that I had 0 ELS left. So this seems about right. Right, there's an overcharge coming here. It's taking out my energy shield charges. Probably this is going to be second win. Oh no, we managed to kill the bosses. Nice. Oh, there goes second win. I believe it was a ranged enemy that hit me. Oh, there goes demon mode, 1430. So we lost demon mode at 1710 earlier. Right. No, 1750. So 1750 minus of 1430, that's 320 wave difference. Wow, okay, so ELS covered me about 340 waves. The extra damage only gave me about a 20 wave difference. So I think the increase is not going to be too much with my damage. It does seem like if I took 1830 and subtracted 320 waves, our run should be ending around 1510. Which shouldn't be long now. Once in a lifetime, all the decisions that you get to where you are now very existential, but in an unserious 80s prog rock package. Shepnaughty says, would I be doing the space displacer with ELS next? No, Shepnaughty. So I think the whole purpose of this playtesting series is to have the A/B testing kind of thing. So no point in switching up the modules. There would be a separate test, right? If I kept my damage the same but I switched out the modules, then there would be a fair test. We can do that in future. So we are at 1480 now. If my prediction is right, we've only got about 30 waves left to live. Maybe we can do slightly more. I mean, we did invest 800 Qs into damage. It would be a shame if 800 Qs of coin is only worth 20 levels in in Legends tournament. In that case, man, like, no point investing into econ. Like, just max out your chain lightning damage. That seems to be more practical. In a certain way, when they nerfed ELS in tournaments, I think the developers also nerfed the importance of econ in this game, right? There's not much point farming a lot if, like, coins doesn't improve your damage by a lot, because ELS is already weak. Unless you're talking about, like, you're just trying to push milestones and stuff. If you're talking about tournaments, it's not a big deal. Okay, so 1512 at the moment. We are just at the 320 mark, less than before. Oh, alright, there goes Nuke, 1531. Okay, I think this is about it, right? The boss does look like it's going to crash into us now. And there we go, 1547. Okay, so, you know, it was very. I forgot to show the run history. Oh well. Anyway, I presume the damage would be about the same. Now, what we can infer from all of this. Well, hang on. Let me set up a farming run first before we talk about this, and then we wrap up the stream from there. So let's respec this. We go back to our farming setup. This one. This one. This one. This one and this one. Okay, we bring this down to 0. Farming. Okay. Guardian. And bots. Okay. Alright, so the farming run is set up now. One more thing I needed to change. It was this. Okay, my farming run is set up now. So let's just do a quick summary of the 2 ELS tests that I have done. Now in today's playtesting, without with the ELS at 1.59, I ended up getting 340 level skips. Based on the last video, I met having the level skips as opposed to not having the level skips, because enemies take a bit longer to die towards the end of the run. Obviously having the level skips was better, so I was expecting that with 340 level skips, if I did not have any ELS investment, I would lose 350 waves. So with 1829 waves minus 350 waves, I was expecting 1479 waves in total. Now with the damage investments for that 800Q of, well, 806Q of coin investment, I ended up getting 1547 waves. So that 806Q of coin has basically netted me 68 waves in Legends Tournament. Man, this is trash, right? What is it? 800 quintillion coins for 68 levels in tournaments. It's not good at all. So how much is 68 waves as a fraction of 1829 waves? 68 divided by the base of 1479. It's a 4.6% increase in wave count. So 806 quintillion coins where I'm at is equivalent to 4.6% increase in wave count for tournaments. Now, mind you, 806 quintillion coins is... what is that? I can't do the math. It's 2/3, right? It's 2/3 of my lifetime coin is only worth 68 waves in Legends tournament. Now, to me, ELS is still important, right? Because the ELS got us that extra like 300-ish waves. So we kind of need econ to get the ELS. And damage is, as it turns out, not very important, because all of that damage, all of that coin investment into damage is actually worth very little in terms of the overall waves in tournaments. So I guess it's safe to say, or safe to conclude, that based on all of this, we can, number one, establish that econ is still important, right? Because econ gives ELS, which is what naturally carries us the furthest in tournaments. Thereafter, damage enhancements is not very important. So when we are doing our tournaments, of course having more damage is useful, but if we had a choice between getting more ELS or getting more damage, the priority should be going into getting more ELS. I think that would be the two blanket statements. I mean, of course it really depends. Like if one level of ELS is going to get me like 30 levels into damage enhancements across the board, then it's probably going to be better. But let's say we had to get one level of ELS versus one click or 10 clicks each into our damage enhancements, then I think ELS is going to be more important that way. Yeah, I think that would be like the main takeaways that I get from this playtest. Right, so I guess that's all the content that I had in mind for today. It's very nice to be back streaming. I hope you all enjoyed the content, and I'll catch you guys in the next stream. So have a good day, everyone. And oh, Matthew just made a comment. This conclusion relates not to everyone. Top 1000 or more when your econ is strong already. Okay, doesn't make sense to go for more econ. But champ, econ still means strength. So I think, Matthew, my point earlier was that econ is still important to everyone, especially if your ELS enhancement is not maxed out. There's going to be a lot more room for improvement there. So even where I'm at, because my ELS plus is still at 1.59, it's still important for me to go for econ. Thereafter, I think once that econ is maxed and I'm able to hit my labs accordingly, then the priority should be going into not so much more into econ for the damage enhancements, but perhaps more into ultimate weapon development and as-mod development and so on, which probably can get us a lot further than damage enhancements can. So hope you guys enjoyed the content. Have a great week, and I'll catch you guys in the next stream. Bye.